Hello, today we are going to make a presentation about waste management, which is a very important topic to our society. So, my name is Nurdaulet Ormasarov, and my colleagues are Aybar Husenov, Didar Nurlan, Islam Begaychanov, and Ayer Naurzbekova. And here's our outline. First of all, I will talk about waste management briefly in introduction part. Then my colleagues Aybar, Didar, and Islambek will talk about experiences of different countries who realized waste management, and finally Aygürim will conclude our presentation. So let's start from introduction. What's waste management? Waste management is an effective action that tends to manage waste to use it again. It can be gas, solid, and a liquid. There are three benefits of waste management that we noted. First one is economic. This is economically beneficial to use recycled waste than production of resource again. And the second one is environmental. Reducing resource extraction is useful for our air and the water quality that can be environmentally clear to our society. And the last one is socially. By reducing adverse impacts of waste lead to better appeal of civic communities, which will tend to better society and decreasing the poverty in some poor countries. So my colleagues will continue our presentation.
And now, moving to our first project, we want to present Adana Integrated Solid Waste Management System. It's carried out by Invest and Trading Consulting Group. The project covers rehabilitation of existing dump site, construction and operation of sorting plant, anaerobic digesters, and installation and operation of landfill gas utilization plant. That modern type of waste management is one of the first of its kind in Turkey. The project provided means for transferring the knowledge and experience on modern waste management techniques to the local municipalities. The old dump site once was a problem of public health. Now it is a recycling technology park, which includes sorting plants, anaerobic digesters, energy production plants, decreased odor nuisance, risk of explosion and fire on the old dump site are other benefits came by the rehabilitation of the site. Landfill gas collection and utilization project and anaerobic digestion of municipal solid waste utilized methane gas to generate electricity with the installed 15.6 MW capacity. This contributed to decrease in emission in the power sector and reduced the dependency on imported fuel for electricity generation. Created local employment for both during the construction and operational phase were main social impact by the project activity. The project also contributed to livelihood of the poor by employing those who make their lives by collecting and sorting garbage at the street. Now they are working at a healthier condition with the social security. The company also organized trainings, meetings and some other activities to raise awareness among children and families about municipal waste management and packaging waste management. The results of the campaign are follows. Now it manages 1,500 tons of municipal waste. It decreased CO2 emissions up to 700,000 tons, converted methane and organic waste into the electricity, reduced the amount of hydrogen sulfide, reduced the emissions of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, trained and deployed local population, and organized 100 seminars on waste management.
And now I'm going to continue with waste management in Norway. Norway has developed waste technology since 1990s. However, comparing with Sweden and Denmark, Norway hasn't fully utilized energy from waste. This is due to its rich resources of electrical power from waterfalls and fossil sources. Nevertheless, utilizing energy from wastes in Norway is gaining increasing attention. Using the resources from waste will be important in the years to come, because the amount of waste increased as economy grows. According to data from statistics, Norway's total amount of municipal solid waste has increased from 1.3 million tons in 1995 to 2 million tons in 2005. Larger homes, higher householding standards, frequent reconstruction together with increased spending on furniture and household appliances are examples of how affluence generates waste. Moving to the next slide, let me analyze this figure. We can observe that the total volume of waste generated every year in Norway grew by nearly 30% over the review period. Part of the increase was due to changes in waste classification introduced in 2004. However, the increasing trends continued afterwards, and in spite of regulatory and infrastructure development efforts, waste generation has grown by 19% since 2004, while GDP has increased by 10%, a trend directly countering the 2000 objective of decoupling the waste generation and economic growth rates.
Now, let's talk about India's waste management system. According to a report from the International Solid Waste Association, approximately 1.86 billion tons of waste is generated per year around the world, and its major contributors are China, United States of America, and India. With rapid urbanization, industrialization, and population explosion in India, solid waste management will be a key challenge for state governments and local municipal bodies of the 21st century. The quantum of waste generated in India towns and cities is increasing day by day on account of its increasing population and increased GDP. The annual quantity of solid waste generated in India's cities has increased from 6 million tons in 1947 to 48 million tons in 1997, with an annual growth rate of 4.25%. And it's expected to increase to 300 million tons by 2047. In India, approximately 62 million tons of garbage is thrown out daily, out of which only 18 million tons is treated. These are shocking results for a nation like India. This untreated waste is then disposed by the municipality corporations, which then lead to health issues and environmental degradation. With rapid urbanization, industrialization, and population explosion in India, solid waste management will be a key challenge for state governments and local municipal bodies in the 21st century. Recycling is related to processing of a waste item into usable forms. The concept of recycling and reuse is well embedded in India and largely due to prevailing socio-economic conditions and partly due to traditional practices. In India, some cities have become a hub for recycling activities as considerable amounts of recyclable materials also come from adjoining towns and villages. Recycling industry mainly process paper, plastic, glass, and metals. But recycling is not a solution to all problems. It's not a solution to managing every kind of waste material. For many items, recycling technologies are unavailable or unsafe. In some cases, cost of recycling is too high. Now, Aygerim will conclude.
So now we have come to the conclusion, and to summary, we would like to highlight some advantages that make the waste management so important and widespread in modern societies. So the first of all, waste management protects the environment. The greatest advantage of waste management is keeping the environment fresh and neat. These waste disposal units also make the people go disease-free, as all the resultant wastes are properly disposed and taken care of. Also, recycling helps to raise money. As you already know from the example of waste management in Turkey, this tool also helps to raise money for citizens in terms of new job opportunities. Countries also see profits. The Journal of Waste Management says that the revenues generated by the waste management is 60 million in 2018. Also, the important thing is that waste management reduces all types of waste. As was explained above, waste management, if done in a proper manner, not only eliminates the surrounding waste, but also will reduce the intensity of the greenhouse gases like methane, carbon monoxide, which is emitted from the wastes accumulated. And the last advantage, but not the least, is that waste management saves the earth and conserves the energy. So the waste management is mostly about the recycling. Recycling needs only a minimum amount of energy for utilization and a complete processing. The resultant product we obtain is a renewable source of energy and is eco-friendly. So from all these 4 advantages mentioned, you can actually come up to the conclusion that the waste management is important tool that should be implemented in all the societies in the world. So this is the end of our presentation, and thank you for your attention. And if you would like to know more about this topic, here are the links we used in our presentation.